In yesterday's News of the World magazine, the toxic bachelor wrote about accidentally discovering someone he was dating was a single mum. Now, she tried to keep it a secret, but when he stumbled into her son's bedroom on a visit to her house, she had to come clean. So, is revealing that you have offspring something you'd expect to be told early in a potential new relationship? And how soon isn't too soon to introduce a new partner to your kids?
Oh, it's a hard one, isn't it? Telling somebody that you've got children is a must, I think.
When? First date, first week?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, to be honest, I've never been in a position where I've met somebody in a bar or a pub and had to sort of say it. I've had sort of probably 3 relationships since my marriage split and everybody sort of knew anyway, so I haven't had to do that, although I don't quite know how I do it or what I'd say really, but I think it's important. You can't exactly hide them. You come around for a cup of tea and there's like a fire engine. Oh yeah, in my spare time I just like to play with the fire engine. Something I do. So no, time. Oh, this is a real hard one. I spent 2 years after my marriage split with a 1-year-old, thinking no one's coming in my house, I'm not introducing anybody to my child. I was very, very responsible. Had no relationships at all for 2 years. And then I've had sort of 2 relationships where he's been around and he's been involved. And I thought, well, how long do you wait? What do you do? What's the right answer? And unfortunately, probably he did, I wouldn't say he was emotionally completely into the relationship, but he was having fun, he liked the guy. You know, unfortunately, I wasn't to know that he was a liar, and so what do? You don't know these things.
Did you sort of say in your own mind, right, I'll give it, you know, 2 months,
yes,
or 3 months,
or 4 months? Yeah, I said to myself, right, I'm going to give it 5 months, 6 months, but it didn't work out like that. He was sort of pushing me, and he'd pop round, and Jake would be there, and I'd be like, Jake's there, oh God. And then I thought, oh well, look, you know, it's fine. Luckily for me, Jake loves people around because there's only me and him. He absolutely loves it. So it doesn't really matter whether it's male or female, or he just loves people around. So I think now, you know, with Chris, it's sort of, we've been sort of 4 months now we're getting on to, and he's sort of met him before and he knew me. But what do you do? What's right? How can you protect them? How can you? What if it goes wrong?
The trouble
what do you
is,
do?
I think I personally, when my marriage split up, my sons were 9 and 12 or something. I just kept it all separate, and it just never occurred to me actually to introduce anybody to my children. To me, it was.
They were separate.
Yeah, I think the problem is, you see, you end up then going out on a date with somebody and thinking, I must introduce them to my children too soon. Not just from I'm a bad mother, he mustn't see a male person in the house, but also, you know, there are people out there, men out there, who might be marvellous with children, might be wonderful with children, and be totally wrong for you.
Yeah.
I think it's really important. Well, you know, I just didn't go out with many people. I mean, I had the odd fling, but I kept it way away. Yeah. Very odd. Way out the way, because I wanted to get to know the person without any other thing, because I think people's relationships are affected by the fact whether you've got. I think to worry too much initially is wrong until you're sure about the person as an adult to an adult.
I know your boys were older, but when you met Mr. Spain, and it was evidently a serious relationship.
Yeah, but I kept that a separate for
how long?
Oh God. A long time. Well, he came to visit, I think, probably about 9 months. I actually went and lived in a different place every weekend. So I went to cook the Sunday lunch with Mr. Spain, then I go home and cook my son's Sunday lunch. Kept it all completely separate.
But then in some respects, you know, some people would say that is equally as damaging, because then your sons have grown up to think that you are solely there for them. So the jealousy comes out more then, because they've had you for so many years to themselves, and then you bring someone new in. So it can work kind of, you know, it's difficult to know when.
How was Ray with yours, and how quickly did he meet?
Ray was brilliant, and I think telling, like you were saying, about when do you tell someone that you have children. I mean, I had a friend, and unfortunately she got pregnant at 18, we were both 18 at the time, and she had this terrible thing of a bloke would come up and go, would you like a drink? She'd go, I've got a baby. And I'm like, no, he's just asking for a drink, love, you know. But it was everyone. She was so conscious that they need to know straight away, you know, and it really put men off. I mean, I always did the thing with, you know, when my marriage split up, obviously it was a couple of years before anything happened, but then it was always, if I like someone and you're flirting, you know, and then you go, oh, do you like kids? You know, because you're thinking, I need to know if he even likes children, let alone whether he's going to like mine. But with Ray, it was slightly different.
Why?
Because within 2 months there was another one on the way. Anyway, That must be time up now for that topic.
2 months, Coleen.
No, come on. No, that's long.
Now, how old were your boys when you first met Ray then?
When I met Ray, they were 8 and 12.
And it was a pretty short learning curve, wasn't it? I mean, they met each other very quickly.
Well, no, they'd met Ray actually a year before I met Ray. They met Ray with their dad because they were all their dad was working at the time, and he'd met Ray, and the boys met Ray, and all that. And then when I met him, we were going to kind of you know, family thing. I didn't walk in and go, I've met this guy, here he is, like him or not, he's moving in type of thing. But I used to come in and go, yeah, this is a friend of mine, you know, and all that. And actually, Shane Jr., who's very clued up even at 12, would go, yeah, of course he's a friend, Mum, yeah. You like that with all your friends, Mum, yeah. But it's just one of those things, you have to judge your own instincts. And I was very lucky in that my instincts were right, and we're now married, and we, you know, it's all very nice.
It's all worked out very well.
But, you know, it could have equally...
I dated, when I was in America, I dated a single dad, and I thought he was brilliant because he said, until we've been seeing each other at least 6 months, I don't want you to meet my son. I was absolutely fine about that. And then the one time I did meet him was sort of very engineered. I happened to bump into them in a sort of a pizza parlour kind of thing. And I thought that was quite a good guideline.
I think though for men, I said something to Chris a couple of months ago when we met, and I said, God, I think if I was a man, I was 38 and I didn't have any children, in your position, I'd go for somebody that was younger and didn't have any children, because it's quite hard, you know, they're there all the time. For us, if a man that you'd met had got children, you only sort of see them. I know there's the odd exception, but I'd be completely paranoid. Yeah, I just...
So let me get this right. On your birthday weekend, you were telling your boyfriend you didn't understand why he was with you.
Probably not a good thing, was it?
No.
Have to think about that, Jackie.
Now we cross to Coleen Nolan for some very, very important and serious news.
We do. Right, hold on. Thank you, Jackie Brambles. I have some good news for you ladies and all our viewers. We've been shortlisted for a TV Quick and TV Choice Award. To your support and possibly my pleading, we won Daytime Show last year, and let me just show you this. It was our first award. Actually, it's our only award, but never mind. Anyway, you might remember how overexcited we were to win, and we'd be very grateful for your support once again, as Loose Women is up for Best Daytime Show. The voting has started, and not that we'd want you, you know, to sway you in any way, but if you'd like to vote for our little show, then we'd obviously love that very much. And if you need an incentive, this is what might happen if we don't win. Nervous viewers should look away now. Now you see, that's Carol after we lost at the RTS Awards. I don't know what she'll do this time. You can open your eyes now. So if you'd like to support us, you know it makes sense. All you have to do is log on to our website, itv.com/loosewomen, where you'll find all the details. Voting closes on Friday, so there is a chance we may remind you of our nomination occasionally as the week goes on. Thank you, and back to you, Jackie Brambles.